Hey guys, my name is Brian. I thought I would make a video today, kind of a quick video about my top 10 mods that cost under $1,000. Now, I've had this 22 Revel for a little over 3.5 years, I think, thereabouts. And I've got a ton of mods done to this rig. Some I use every day, some I've only used twice. Like my winch, I've only used it a few times to pull somebody else out. But today is all about getting quality mods that you use every single day, and also that cost under $1,000 each. So let's get into it. So the first one is going to be my Inhabit Design Works mats. Now I do have them back here, but you can buy them in different segments. So this is segment A, B, and then C is back in the garage. I'll show you that in a minute. But this is what you'll get with a Sprinter chassis section A Habit Design Works mat. You get these nice steps here, and the good thing about these is these little cleats here are great for traction to some degree, but they're really hard to keep clean. Stuff gets in there, it's really hard to get them cleaned up and everything. So by having this, you can just simply take this, unsnap it, and either just kind of shake it off a little bit, depends on what kind of dirt you have on there, or you can just take a little bit of water and just rinse these off, and they come like brand new. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at this. See how good that looks? And these are no exception. These also just simply unsnap right there. They've got some heavy duty fabric in the back here for a lot of wear and tear, which your feet are going to be here a lot. So it's important that these are going to stand up. These are great for either in the snowy conditions, or if you have a lot of mud. I've used this skiing a lot. I've used this on the beach, bringing sand in here. And another way of cleaning these is with your onboard air or a little air blower. You can come in here, open up all the doors, and blow everything out of the van. And then you can also just take a wet rag, just kind of mop up any, if you have any spots that are really dirty, or you can take them all out and put them on the concrete and put some water and soap on them, and they'll come out really nice and clean. But I just love how these are almost part of the van now. I wouldn't have a van without this. I'll try to include a picture of my Echo before I got my mats put in that rig, and just to kind of give you a before and after. This color is tweed, and on the other rig I got my Echo, I've got gravel. It's just a smidget lighter color gray than this is, which I like a lot. But again, you have these steps right here and all that. So that's my first mod that I have got on the list. It's one of my most important. Really do like these a lot. I also forgot to say, these mats cost $6.50 on Inhabit's website, and if you use code Whidden on the checkout, you get 5% off. So and there's about probably 15 or 16 different colors you can pick from. So whatever color upholstery you got, they've got a color that you would like for your rig. And let's see, the next one is going to be this. Forgive me, my van is not cleaned up at all. I just got it back. Well, it's been sitting for a while, but I got it back from being out west for about 6 months with it. So I've got a lot of stuff just still kind of laying around here. But my next mod is going to be this Terra X Navidoc Overlander X right there. So the good thing about this, I've taken some of these off and I put them in my Echo. I've got one of these also in my Echo, which I really like. It just kind of, I was struggling keeping everything that I wanted to keep up here in one place, and that was manageable and that was safe while you're driving. So my idea was to put this in here and have my iPhone sitting right here so I can check my Google Maps. Also, I have a place here for my GoPro so I can video while I'm going down the road, as well as a CB mount for that. You could put a Garmin up here if you have one of those. You could put an iPad if you have one of those. There's lots of things. You got a lot of real estate here in which you could add devices if you choose to go that route. The only thing you give up are these two little cubbies, that one and that one there. And these are installed by an Allen wrench. You put it in there and you tighten it up and it compresses that opening there and secures it. Plus you have a little bit of a sticky mount right here that goes onto your dashboard. Keep in mind, there is no drilling whatsoever in this whole deal here. You do not have to drill inside or on your dash at all. So I do like this thing a lot. I'm still kind of getting it dialed in terms of what all I'm going to use it for, but basically my phone, my GoPro, and this CB mount for now. But I have, like you see, I got tons of room here for other things. And yeah. So my next one is going to be from the same company. It's Terra X. This one I like. It's only $89, and it's a cord management system. Now I drilled this hole by, that was my bad. This comes, flush. So there is no hole there when you buy this from Terra X. But the idea is to get your cords, keep them from getting pinched. So typically, when you have your cord plugged in for your phones and everything, there's no way around except for drilling a hole through here to keep this from getting pinched. And after so many times, it will cut through that cord. So this, I like the way this looks. It looks kind of high tech. And also, you still have access to put your phones in here if you want to charge. On the stand here, you just put it down there and they charge your phones. But what I use it for is I just plug it in there and route my wire through here, and I'm good to go. So now I can charge anything I want with my CUSB right there. That's pretty much all I need for one person. That works really well. So this costs $89, and I believe this costs right around $450. And that's just the rail itself. That's not including any of the ram mount accessories. However, if you use code WHIDDEN, WHIDDEN at checkout on this, or any of the ram mounts that they sell, which you can buy as much of those as you want, you will get 10% off the entire order of whatever you order off that website. 10% off. That's pretty good. So I encourage you to at least look at the website and check it out. Jenny and Alex own that place. They do a real good job of customer service. If you ever have any questions, you can call them up and they will be right on it. My next mod, under $1,000. This microwave kit from Canyon Adventure Vans. They're in California. This thing, the retail on this is $650. Basically what you get, you have to take out, you give up a portion of your storage, which I was prepared to do that after a period of time went by. I struggled with not having a microwave in my van. I really did like the convenience of having this in here. So now this is a 700 watt microwave. It's not huge, but it does the job. And you can see right there, it's 700 watts. But it's a good looking little rig. It does the job. It's got all the little settings here you need, and it fits in there really good. And then you also have all the storage over on this side. So probably, if I was guessing, you probably give up 60% of your storage because you have this microwave over here, and you still got 40% left for all your doodads. So basically, that microwave just plugs in the wall. It's a 110. However, what you can do, Jeremy Sanchez has a thing called the Hot Box, and I should have it here. But basically, you can buy it, and you put it's perfectly to fit this whole deal here, and you can store. It's a soft basket basically, but it's made to fit this microwave perfectly. So you can put that in there and put your stuff, any soft goods like bread, chips, tortillas, anything really, in that basket, stick it in there, and then close it up. And that way you are not losing really that much storage space in general. So I went to go pick up that hot box. This is what I'm talking about right here. So it's just a little, kind of a squared off, soft bin that is handmade. These guys own a storyteller. They're very active in the storyteller group, so I wanted to support them. But it fits like a glove, as you can tell in there. Everything closes up. So that way you're really not losing any space, because you can put stuff in there when you want to use a microwave. All you have to do then is take it out, put it right there, and then you just kind of use it like the way you want to. But anyway, I do like this. It was not too bad of an install, but it does go right there above the bench seat right there, and it's made from Canyon Adventure Vans. All right, next one is these Touareg soft cabinets. Now, I am a solo traveler generally. I needed more space to put my clothes. I've always struggled with what and how to organize and how to get to my clothes storage conveniently. So I decided a long time ago that I was going to leave my bed in the down position 99% of the time. And so I was fine with that. I didn't really like the whole up and down situation. So then I started looking at the roof to see kind of how I can put some bins or some storage or something up here to make this more organized and more efficient for me to store my clothes. So this is how this all went down. I was online looking around, and I come across these bins, and they're very simple. They have 6 screws, 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and these fold down just, well, it's Velcroed up there, but anyway, you get the gist of it. I love these things. They have a little bit of metal rigidity through there, and I just simply got them as level as I can get them, and I put 6 screws into the plastic. And I've had these things over some moderate to light overlanding, I would say, and a ton of highway miles, and they are still strong. They magnetic, which is how I kind of roll a lot of the time. But if I'm at a show or something, I'll go ahead and zip them up, make them look good and everything. These are, they're supposed to be able to be folded up to where, and then you can raise the bed up. I never bought them for that intention, but I did want to tell you about this. So this is my 3rd one I've bought right here. I went ahead and took it, I folded the sides down on both sides here, right there. Fold this in. Here's the snap you need to have access to right here. And I swear to goodness, I cannot get anywhere near that snap to there. I did it a little bit ago before I started the camera up. I could get a little bit closer than that, but I really could not. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but there was about an inch between the snap and the other side, the mill side that I needed to connect to. So, that is definitely not a big deal to me. Like I said, I do not raise my bed up at all, but it would be, I've had some people ask me, does it impede the bed going up. And of course you have to empty it the whole thing, which mine's empty. But I may be doing something wrong, I'm not sure, but when I first got them, they came snapped. So I know functionality wise, they do snap together, but once they're deployed and on the wall, they still should snap. I'm not sure about that, but it's not a big deal to me. I still highly recommend these things. They're made out of some kind of like a pretty strong fabric. They're black, they look good. I think they're about 22 inches side to side. You can fit 2 of them on this side, which I did. Over here you could, but then you're going to block your electrical outlets here. So I didn't want to block that, so I just chose to put one right there and just call it a day. I guess you probably could, if you want to get serious about it, put one here, cut a hole, and it still have access to your plugins if you ever wanted to. But I didn't want to do that. All right, the next one is the Van Made Gear nightstand and nightshade. Let me tell you something. I use this every single night. When I go to bed, I put my glasses in there, a chapstick, maybe a reading book. You could use that for a ton of different things. There's a his and a hers. They have this bungee type deal here. I've got the Canyon Adventure Vans Ultralux mattress, so it's a little thicker. Actually, it's about twice as thick as the stock mattress, so you may not have this problem. It's not really a problem, it's just that you need to be aware, if you have a thicker mattress, it's going to block a little bit of the storage compartments here, but not by much. You can still stuff things in there. What I would do is put small things down in there and then put the bigger stuff right here. And this little bottom pouch here, you can still get to that really easy. It's just a couple inches down there. Not a big deal, but I do love this thing. I would not want, I mean, I just love having the storage, the functionality of all this works perfectly. It's out of the way, it's flush with the wall. You don't have that gaudy looking metal frame coming out, and you don't have any rattles with this as well. The toggles here for the window are glow in the dark. So those are pretty sweet. So this is how you would open up the window. It does have a netting in here that has no seams, cannot get through here, which is really nice. So right there is your window right there. Not a big deal at all. But this is the night stand and the night shade, I believe they call it. It's on their website, and that cost $4.90 for what you see right here. This is one component here, and this is another component. This is just Velcroed on, so it goes on very, very easy. This, they send you the screws and you screw these in here. I highly recommend you doing it this route versus the Velcro route, because as you know, if you put Velcro, sticky Velcro on this plastic, it will come off, you know, especially when it's hot outside. So you don't want none of that. So just go ahead and drill the screws in there like they send you, and you'll be a lot happier with that, I believe. All right, the next one, Showtime curtain. I'm gonna put the tripod up for this one. This one runs $795. So this is what I would do every single day. I would, you know, start to camp out, boondock, whatever. All you have to do is that. I mean, how awesome is that? I like this for several different reasons. It does have a little bit of insulation inside. It's real thin, but there is some reflective stuff in there. I have never ever had one of these eyelets come off the hook. I cannot believe that's not happened over the time I've had this. I've had it for probably 2.5 years, and all of these hooks have always stayed on the little grommets here, so it's no big deal on that. Also, there's Velcro all down through here, so this is you're never gonna have a gap between the wall and the curtain where you can see outside. Everything's gonna be nice and private. The fabric's really nice to touch. It's not a rough fabric. It looks good. It's black colored, of course. Some people have complained about it not going all the way to the floor. I don't think it's necessary to do that. It's about probably 15 inches from the floor, I think, when it's fully deployed. And it's not been a problem at all. I can also, let me just rotate this chair. Let me rotate this chair backwards so you can see that this works with the rotation of this. So yeah, it works fine. When you rotate this chair backwards, which is typically how I would roll if I was camped out, I put my feet up right here and just, get on YouTube, eat my dinner. I've got my center console table here, just whip it around and have a good meal. But yeah, plenty of privacy. I believe you could do the other chair as well. You just maybe could not recline the back seat, the back part of this very far back, because it does have, well, you could do it, you just wouldn't, it would take up more slack of the fabric, I think. But I believe it could be done either way. I never rotate that chair at all, so I really couldn't tell you about that. So let's go to the next one real quick. So this next one is my wolf box. I love this thing. Again, I have this one installed on my Echo as well. And the reason I like these so good is a couple things. Let me get my glasses on real quick. So with these wolf boxes, they come on, they're electronic review mirrors. There's a camera in the back I'll show you in a minute. So it gives you your miles per hour, gives you your direction of travel, gives you a readout there, a timer. So right now it's recording as we're sitting here filming this. And I think every 45 seconds or so it loops onto itself. So it's always recording data as you're driving. Over here, it's got the time, the date, what day of the week it is, and all that. But check this out. So this is the front view. This is honestly not a great, because of this big old thing right here. The camera is sitting right there, and this thing is blocking the camera, so that's not great. But here's a split view: the front and the rear, and then there's just the rear, which is what this is always what I use right here. But you can kind of scroll down and you can see the back of the van. If you're towing a bicycle, or not towing a bicycle, but have a bicycle in the back on the rack or something like that, you can check it to make sure it's still there, or any boxes or whatever. So I kind of dig that. Anyway, right up top there, above the standard rear view, the backup camera, right above that, basically on the air conditioner, is where my little camera's at. So I can see all this down through here, no problem at all. So here's another one that I wanted to talk to y'all about that I really like a lot. So this is the IO pedal. Here's the IO pedal. Right now it's on extreme number 2. So I can switch from this just by pushing a few buttons, which makes it pretty sweet. So the idea behind this is this is a high idle version here. I'll show you how this works. So here's what I wanted to show you mostly here was the high idle aspect of it. So this is going to let you high idle while standing still to recharge your batteries real quick. So I'll set it for 1500 RPMs at 15 minutes. Hold the start button. And you can hear it revved up. So it's right now it's counting down the timer on it. So in 15 minutes it's going to go back down to the normal, idle of this. So this way you can recharge your batteries while you are parked still. I've actually used this feature before. I've used this feature before at shows where we are boondocked for a couple days in a row and we have to keep our batteries charged because I want to use AC at nighttime and whatever. So sometimes for about an hour I'll crank it up and put on the high idle for just a little while, maybe for an hour or less, and just top off the batteries, and that way I can continue on at nighttime running my AC, which I love to do. The high idle is $400, and you can buy that from Agile Off-Road in Santee, California. They installed mine, and I really do like that. I'm actually kind of thinking about getting it for my Echo as well. It's a 4-cylinder, and it has a little different, it's more peppy, which means it's quicker off the start, but there is not as much torque as this one. So what I forgot to mention most importantly was this IO pedal, mainly I got it for was, if you're driving a stock Revel or Sprinter van for that matter, Storyteller or whatever, if you're at a stoplight and it turns green and you need to go now, there's quite a bit of turbo lag when you come off the gate. When you put one of these in, there is no turbo lag. When you punch it, it goes. And it's just a lot more, acceleration, I feel like, with mine. So I do like that. And also the high idle part is just an added benefit of having that feature. But I'm undecided about getting the high idle for my Echo. Just add another battery to it. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But the next feature is going to be the last one, and it's one that I use almost every day. I'd say most every day, yeah, while I'm out and about. It's this Audi cooker. So this is my second version I've ever had. The other one was a little bit shorter, and it had a kind of a holding handle here, which was great. Had off and on. That was the first version. And I liked it fine, but I kind of wanted something that was a little bit taller, just for, not too tall, but a little bit taller for cooking more bulk of stuff like soups, spaghetti, stuff I needed volume for. So I got this one, and there's no handle. So I store mine right up here, and it works really good. So it's easy to get to. And I do like that. But anyway, so this is an electric skillet. Basically, I just plug it in right there. And I have cooked breakfast like eggs. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. There's nothing I haven't found I can't cook in this thing. And the reason I like this, I'm a firm believer in bringing one item that does multiple things, which means, so, you know, these Revels come with a induction cooktop, which works great, but you have to have certain kinds of, you know, pots and pans to cook on that thing. So not only do you get to store the induction cooktop, you also get to store pots and pans to cook on with this thing. So then you also have to clean both of those items when you get done cooking. And that's just too much. I dealt with that for a little while, and I said, there's got to be a better way. So I found out about this and got it. So get this. So this is the only thing you're cooking in. This is the only thing you're having to clean. I mean, literally, only thing you got to clean is your silverware, your bowls, or your plates. I mean, there is no pots and pans to store. I used to store them up here, and now I don't need to do that. I just store this one item. It's electric, so there's no gas or nothing to have to fool with, and it's just much easier to clean. There's this one item, and it's got a silicone base, so it's very easy to clean. It's like a no-stick kind of deal, and it just cleans up lickety split. I mean, it's just crazy that these are not sold with every single camper van on the market now, because since I've had this, I can't tell you how many people I have talked to about this, and they bought one too, and they love it. So I don't even know where my cooktop is. It's somewhere in my shop here, my one that the induction cooktop. But I just like having, you know, doing more with less, and this is a very huge component of that. Just to have one cooking, you know, way of cooking, and also just your dishes and everything stored in a nice clean place and everything like that. Now I do have a open fire pit that is run off propane that I will use if I want to really, like, you know, kind of get rustic or whatever. I will break that out and cook for a lot of people in a cast iron skillet, and I love doing that. So that saves battery power, but it's just a different way of cooking. It depends on how you want to roll. But for cooking inside the van, this is what I use, and I use it a lot. This cost on Amazon, I have seen them as cheap as, I think, 25, 30 bucks. I think I paid close to 45 for this one here. It does come with, I don't know if I have it or not. I don't think, yeah. I don't have my, it comes with a spatula, and a short spatula, and I think a small, like a spoon looking deal to get, you know, like soups and whatnot out of here. But yeah, this thing's pretty legit. It comes in different colors and whatnot, so I'd get you one of these. They're called AutoCook, and they're on Amazon. But I hope this video was informative a little bit. Hope you end up maybe getting one or two of these items. I will say, I've kind of went through this kind of quick, but on any of the checkouts, try to type in my last name, and at Cav Vans, at Van Made Gear, at Terra X, you will you should get 5 or 10% off of your purchase with that. But anyway, if you guys enjoy these videos, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to it. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get there by the end of February. So, but I appreciate your time. Bye-bye.